Alright, got another story important side quest. Let's see what it is. Yeah, what did happen to the man on fire? No briefing? Oh, we get a sandstorm too. Nice. Alright. Problem, I can't, it's hard for me to mark everybody in the sandstorm.
Be careful down there, boss.
Alright. Damn.
Marker placed. Please select a deployment point.
It's approaching. Where do I go? This is the okay. So left is the correct way around.
Buddy has infiltrated.
I can possibly
and the map
sneak.
has been updated.
There's a sandstorm.
About this OKB-0 Emmerich was talking about. Its location and features match the citadel in the mountains northeast of the Soviet base camp. Built during the time of Alexander the Great, it was left in ruins following one of Genghis Khan's campaigns.
Yeah, well, Genghis Khan, you gotta be more specific. Genghis Khan left a lot of ruins in
more
this
than
movie.
one occasion. Ultimately, it fell into the hands of the Soviet philosophers. The Soviet army was using it as the headquarters of its Afghan invasion force. But it would seem that Skullface's connection with the philosophers gave him license to develop Sahelanthropus there. And that's what Emmerich was doing at the place, before he got the axe. But OKB is a designation the Soviets use for weapon design bureaus. There's no way they'd have one of those in Afghanistan. And in principle, the numbers that follow OKB are always integers above 1. There is no 0. Perhaps this was a secret facility of the Soviet and Chinese philosophers dating back prior to World War II. Though it's more likely Skullface just picked a fake name that more or less fit the Soviets' pattern. He doesn't go there often, but he sure as hell won't miss this. They use the heliport on top of the tower for his visits. Start by heading for the heliport. Then wait for your chance to make contact with Skullface.
You gonna extract him?
It seems Sahelanthropus' armor is made from depleted uranium. That offers some serious protection. The U.S. military is planning on using it for its main battle tanks, too. Maybe that's where Emmerich got the technology.
Uranium? They're using nuclear fuel for armor now?
No. What they use for nuclear fuel is uranium-235, which is extracted from natural uranium. Depleted uranium is a byproduct of that process. The leftovers, I guess. The garbage. Uranium-235 makes up 0.72% of natural uranium, whereas depleted uranium contains only 0.2%.
What are the benefits of using it for armor?
It's a pretty short list. Uranium's a heavy metal, like lead, meaning it can hold a greater amount of kinetic energy. But it also boasts a
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
an ideal material to use for, say, armor-piercing ammunition penetrators. But it's not the best choice for armor. Its volume is less than that of... But for an equal weight, you could end up with less protection.
So why use it then?
According to Emmerich, it came down to him being unable to source ceramics technology from a manufacturer. Plus, given that it's an upright walking vehicle, he wanted
Alright, it's
to
easier
reduce
if
the
I
bulk
just
of
wait until
certain
they all
areas.
come up here.
Despite
You
all
gonna
that,
extract him?
depleted uranium still makes for some tough armor. And Emmerich says it's been proven in live fire tests. It stops most Soviet tank shells.
Yeah. Oh, whoa, everyone's coming over here. Too bad I didn't leave anything. Oh, hello.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Oh, you didn't even notice? The dude got shot right next to you.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Are you worth it?
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
What?
The map has been updated.
Oh. Guess he couldn't hide it from them forever.
You gotta extract him.
Oh, okay, I gotta lure him so his shield's the other side so he can snipe him. Go ahead. There you go.
Outpost captured.
Here? No, nothing? Alright, going to the bottom. Let's get a look at you guys.
Analysis complete.
A+, but he's a troublemaker. Doesn't matter. Diplomats will keep him in check.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Analysis complete.
Ooh, nice.
He's coming too. Roger that.
The map has been updated.
Time to go through all the rooms one by one. Yeah, I am not the best at stealth, man. There's just so many enemies, you know, eventually you're gonna slip up. I wonder if the if there's a better camouflage. Maybe it's because I'm using sneak suit. Oh, might as well check out that tip against about the diamond.
Marker placed.
It is. Oh, wow, it's in the first one. Or is it up there? Oh, it's upstairs. Okay. Yeah, got it already. Nope. Too high.
You have arrived at your destination.
Here? Oh, there it is. So check the other side. It's in this. It's most likely in this room. Oh, possibly at the other end. Yeah, you don't know. It costs so many resources to level your base afterwards. It's if there wasn't for that trophy, I might not even bother because it's cheaper just to build FOBs, right, and build lower level. Yeah, it costs like 18 grand for level 3, and you get them by 50s and 100s. Ugh. It's not great. Oh, hello. Just disable communication. Huh, where could it be? Is it back here? Maybe we should have questioned more of them. Could his body? Yeah. Well, there are still people around. Alright, good. I can probably interrogate. No, it has to be in the base. Hello? Alright, tell me what I need to know. Maybe in one of the rooms? There's gotta be some kind of lab somewhere, right?
Analysis complete.
Right? Secret lab? Underground, maybe?
You gotta extract him.
Let's see how far the radius goes. It goes right up there, so yeah. Is it one of the rooms? I find that unlikely. Leave it in a... Just have a decoy at the window. It's pretty smart. Yeah, I'm going further and further. It's in the base somewhere. Just don't know where. facility? I don't know that. Oh, maybe here. Nothing. No, that's where I was earlier. How far is this?
There are goats around. With the local residents gone,
I was
back to
asking
the
about
wild.
goats, man.
Emmerich didn't go with depleted uranium for Sahelanthropus' armor because of its strength.
He had nukes in mind.
Exactly. It's meant to use its body as the fuel component for a nuclear weapon. Sahelanthropus uses built-in uranium enrichment archaea to melt its own body and extract uranium-235
That sounds
from the depleted
really
uranium in
complicated.
its armor. Those archaea perform the enrichment in an extremely short time. The concentration jumps by a factor of several hundred, from 0.2% to over 90%. The end result being highly enriched weapons-grade uranium. Sahelanthropus' body itself becomes a nuclear bomb. Emmerich says if it were to self-destruct, the nuclear yield would be somewhere in the region of 15 kilotons. Since you need about 50 kilograms of highly enriched uranium to trigger a nuclear reaction, that would mean Sahelanthropus contains something like 23 tons of depleted uranium.
That's not very much.
No, it isn't. That's about what you'd expect to find in a main battle tank's armor. The point is, it can be transported anywhere, even use its conventional weaponry on the battlefield, and the international community will never suspect a thing.
Huh. That's interesting. Alright, his body is supposedly just lying around somewhere. Oh. Oh, that's not it. Oh. Is this it? I guess it is. Man, because it was dark, I never noticed it. Big cutscenes probably gonna happen. Am I gonna have to fight him? Did he have a horse in the original? No, you rode a horse. Wait, do I have my water gun? This is, not good. Oh, yeah, it's full. The horse, without its power, the horse just disappeared.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Only elite. I wonder, there really should be a way to max sneak stats. Because it's kind of bullshit. There are soldiers who have better stats than sneak. They freaking dedicated an entire cloning project to cloning him because of his genes. Supposedly he's the best soldier.
I barely recognize you, Colonel. Skullface used your thirst for revenge against Big Boss, did he?
We're gonna keep his body in the cage, just cause. Or is he still alive?
Side up
I've
completed.
updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
Whoa, damn, there's a lot of Shagohod. Ah,
Development project has
Furicorn.
been added.
What? So this is some furry shit? What's going on? What happened to the man on fire? Here we go.
You mentioned that the man on fire was crushed under Sahelanthropus in its hangar.
Yeah. He was caught under the wheels of its transport platform.
But his body wasn't found.
What?
We searched the area the moment we arrived, but there was no trace of him.
I wasn't hallucinating.
I know. I trust you on that. That means someone must have taken the body. But when I got there, everything was still as it was. Even Skullface hadn't been touched. I can't see a reason to sneak into a place like that and drag out the biggest, heaviest guy there.
What are you getting at?
Roger.
Option left is, he got up and walked away.
That platform ran him over.
Just ran him over.
You're saying that's not enough?
I don't want to believe it, but maybe not. He shrugs off bullets, even rocket strikes. There's no reason to think that would finish him. It seems ridiculous, but I'll start gathering eyewitness accounts just in case.
If you dig up anything concrete, I want to know.
You'll be the first, if I dig anything up. But I hope to hell I don't.
No kidding.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Gaining altitude.
That's... Well, I wanted to take a shower before going to the next mission, but if this just puts me in the thing, then forget it. Oh. Miller, you're getting a bit too trigger happy. Wow. Ocelot's there too.
You ready to talk? Anything? Still living up to her name. How about you drop the act? Who infected you with a parasite?
We can't let her talk. Put it back.
All I want's a name. That won't trigger anything. Tell me.
If you can't let her talk,
Tell me!
then why are you asking her to say stuff?
Your lungs have been barbecued.
Oh yeah, so this
There's
confirms she
traces
was
of
the.
rubbing alcohol in your alveoli. This was found adhered to your lungs, intact. A petal. White Star of Bethlehem. The hospital. Skullface sent you to Cyprus to kill Snake. You were burned inside, out.
Was that supposed to be like a huge revelation? Because we did see her
That should have been
face
the end of
when
it. But
she tried to.
all things considered, you look pretty damn healthy to me. We have Skullface to thank for that, right?
I was the only one capable of applying them to parasite therapy. Until he stole them from me.
Why are you here? Did Skullface send you? Or did you have your own score to settle with the boss? Refreshing? Salt water.
No! She'll die.
Kojima's really into torture scenes, man. Like every Metal Gear has one.
Enough.
That's enough.
Is that what turns Miller against Snake? Because they are enemies by the start of MGS1. Like he just goes too far
Same
with
goes
revenge.
for us. Still plenty of chances. She can talk. She's not here to kill anyone. You're wasting your time. It doesn't matter why she's here. She works for you now. She's in love with the legend.
What makes you sure?
I was the same way once.
What if she's a spy?
What if I'm a spy? For you? Go on all day.
Boss.
Let her go. She won't speak so she can't spread the infection.
I guess they ran out of budget, so they force you to just, you know, there was supposed to be all new missions, right? And then you get the story cutscenes, but they ran out of time, so they redid, force you to do remixes of missions now. What language is that?
Oh.
Idiki Black Anat E.
Oh. Ako kode dziś desni.
Ne, bizarre.
Belagana gesneta. Katobe yasteta. Asetota. とうとうにした。とうとうにした。
Is this some super obscure language that Skullface never bothered developing a parasite for? That's probably what it is. Once again, we don't know shit about Codewalker, or at least I don't yet. Alright, let's go to the next main mission.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
Get some of that morale going.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Go.
Gaining altitude.
We're at, oh. Who's the floating boy? We're asking questions now? That's like... Well, he's still relevant to the plot, right? Because he's working with Eli now. Possessing a nuclear weapon. The whole FOB thing, I guess, is fun. I mean, it's completely optional, right? So you don't have to. You don't have to do it. Oh, then microtransactions, man, it's the way of the future. All right, let's go.
Mission list updated.
Well, we got
Please
5
select a mission.
missions. Subsistence, the ultimate in solo infiltration. All weapons and items, on-site procurement. Oh, so you get nothing. You have to get everything from the thing. Huh. Can I choose not to... Alright, I'm gonna choose not to do the remix missions on stream. I'll just do this one then. Cursed
Mission
Legacy.
accepted.
Cursed Legacy. Okay, so the ones without the things are not remixes. Alright. Do I go for north? So, I guess north is
Heading to Central Africa.
D-Dog. No, I didn't make the Fulton one yet. Ah, he's so cute. Look at that guy. I don't think I'll need the sleep grenade.
Deploying.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they were using the remix missions as filler, basically, to fill in holes for unfinished missions. Alright. I mean, yeah, sure, Kojima, you know, they should have given him more time, but Kojima's notorious for dragging out development, right? And they needed to ship something. I don't blame Konami. You know, they got a pretty bad rap on the internet these days.
You have to find and retrieve those containers before they arrive. That area is being guarded by zero-risk security, and their client is XOF.
Is XOF still alive? Their leader's gone.
Research will end up in Cypher's hands. That cannot be allowed to
They're still controlled by Cypher.
One other thing, boss. We need a cargo-capable Fulton extraction device to recover the containers.
Don't worry, that's a
Use your
check.
iDroid to order its development and have it dropped in.
I have it. Don't worry about that.
Be careful down there, boss.
Let's play the last.
The map has been updated.
Volgan, the GRU colonel, was burned alive with a Shagohod during Operation Snake Eater 20 years ago.
Still in the dream.
Despite suffering severe burns to his entire body, he still clung to life. After you left Seleniarsk, Volgan's body was taken to a research institute in the outskirts of Moscow. But modern medicine couldn't explain why he was still alive. Not that the colonel was any ordinary man to begin with. That constant electric current he had running through his body that he could unleash at will. To be honest, I was always uncomfortable around him. Thought I might get electrocuted just by standing nearby.
Static shocks are no fun.
Studying him was tasked with investigating and developing human paranormal
I
abilities.
think the CIA had their own
The
version of
comatose
that.
Volgan was used to further the Soviet Union's research into such abilities. But not long ago, the facility burned to the ground.
Ooh, there's
And
a lot
Volgan's
of
body was never found among the rubble, even though the fire started in the room where they were keeping him. This occurred at around the same time you woke up. If Skullface was right, and a thirst for revenge can turn a man into a demon and keep the dead alive, then this man on fire who's been coming after us ever since you woke up, well, that just might be what's left of our old friend Volgan.
Guards, they must know where the containers are. If you can just squeeze it out of them.
You brought his plans for a utopia down in flames. That grudge is what's keeping him alive. The day the research facility holding Volgan burned down, a Soviet jumbo passenger jet happened to crash nearby.
I've updated the info on your iDroid. Take a look. The PF soldiers have no idea what's in those containers. Strictly a need-to-know basis.
The plane fell to Earth from over 8,000 feet, but the boy's body was the only one not recovered. At almost exactly the same time as the crash, Volgan awoke in that facility. According to the Research Institute's documents, the gifts this boy demonstrated included psychokinesis and telepathy. To protect his mind from being inundated with other people's thoughts, he always wore a
Oh, so he's got that problem of
Leave the rest to us.
psychic insulation, apparently. We don't know where this boy is, but if Skullface is connected to him, we may cross
Boss,
paths with him.
looks like they're stepping up security around the targets. Watch yourself.
Understand about the world makes sense anymore. Don't let your guard down.
Oh no. Shoot. God damn it. I hear him. Alright, where are they?
You gotta extract him.
Oh, this might be it. Getting out of here. Ooh, whoa, whoa, no. Ooh, almost fell off the. That was not good. How the hell do I cross?
Our early warning radar still hasn't picked up the enemy choppers. But it's only a matter of time before they arrive.
I gotta speed this up. Get some more cassette tapes going.
So what were they doing in Zoya Badiabu, that facility with all the people laid out in rows?
The abandoned factory Shabani was held in.
It is precisely as you guessed. Black Anna was coding languages into the vocal cord parasites. They infected the subjects with the parasites, then made an incision in the throat to
There's one. Hopefully he's close enough for the second.
cords that allowed them to play recordings inside language directly to the parasites. And the parasites learn the languages that way. That's some teaching method. I just don't get how a bunch
God,
of
this guy's
bugs have
stats
the
are
brain
amazing.
power for it. They don't. Do not judge.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
They do not learn as a function of intellect.
Then how do they do it?
Boss, leave the intel files till later. The enemy's on combat alert.
Coded into their genes. You could expose the Japanese strain to English for years, and it would learn the language and react to it. The pronunciation, rhythm, and structure are different. But what about, say, Spanish and Portuguese? Linguistically, the two are very close.
Yeah, they're both...
He's coming too. Roger that.
Even so, a Spanish language mating pair exposed to Portuguese will not copulate. Only when they hear Spanish. Only then. And the majority of their offspring will be the same.
So it's a little case of a mother tongue.
A what?
But if that's so, I don't see how the different strains can be created in the first place.
Well, among the many thousands of offspring, there may be just a few that react to Portuguese.
You're talking about mutations.
Correct. Playing the tapes helps to identify the mutant strains. Those specimens are then isolated.
You gotta extract him.
With one another. From their children, specimens that react more strongly to Portuguese can again be selected and bred. Repeating this process creates a strain that reacts solely to Portuguese and never to Spanish. Mutation and selection. No different to breeding roses.
So you kept increasing the change over the generations, adapting them to languages from all over the world. Must have taken a hell of a lot of patience.
More like patience. Just how many died for this?
There's something I still don't get. In order to tell which larvae will react to Portuguese, you'd have to let them develop and then see which copulate. That means you'd need tens of thousands of guinea pigs. There's no way you could do that in a facility that small.
For normal selective breeding methods, you would be right. But there is a more effective selection method when training the vocal cord parasites. Go on. It is not only when mating that the parasites listen for language. Shortly before hatching,
Target extraction confirmed. That leaves one target to go. Take care of the next one.
to particular language.
Boss, our early warning radar just picked up the enemy choppers.
Oh shit, the
We'll
choppers are
keep you
coming.
informed of their ETA. Hurry up and extract the target.
You can't go firing on the XOF choppers. If we attack XOF now, it'll be a declaration of
What?
war against Cypher
They like
itself.
destroyed our
That
entire
time will
base.
come, but it's not now.
I'm sure that even so, many lost their lives to create the various strains. Taken against their will into that dungeon. There are two reasons for playing the tapes for the parasites. One, to isolate the eggs that respond to the target language. And two, to cause the specimens raised from the selected eggs to mate.
I get how the system works. But why do they respond to language? Even hatch.
Yeah, this is all mumbo jumbo. Like this shit is not like this is not actually
It is
science.
because the larvae learn the language before hatching.
You mentioned that what language the parasites respond to is hard-coded into their genes, and that they don't
This
have
is
the
all
brain
pretty
power
like
to
mumbo
actually
jumbo.
learn a language. But then you say that the larvae
He's coming too. Roger that.
We're learning the languages in the egg. Your story doesn't add up. Your country is home.
All right. Target extraction confirmed. We've avoided the worst possible outcome. Exfiltrate the area. Go ahead and call the chopper. You can also exfiltrate the mission area by land.
Everything is perfectly at the start. As chicks, they can barely chirp at all. They must learn
Roger.
parrots and other adult birds. Only then can they sing properly and attract females. So naturally, there are individual differences in each bird's call. Though they start on the same footing, each bird is influenced by its teachers.
And the parasites are the same?
Like the birds, the parasites have a genetic predisposition towards a particular language. But while in the egg, the larvae's ears are tweaked by listening to the voice of the host. This tweaking ensures that the grown parasites will react better to the host's speech pattern.
Why would they have an ability like that?
Well, there are distinct regional differences within even the same language. Rare is the language that has no unique dialects. Yes, learning the host's speech pattern before hatching attunes the larvae to whatever twist of pronunciation it will encounter. This adaptive ability is what makes them so formidable.
I see. So a language requires selective breeding, but the parasites can learn dialects by themselves.
Of course, having the egg-stage larvae listen to the tapes in the factory was not meant to teach them. It was more important to use that trait of theirs to identify the mutated strains. As I mentioned earlier,
Is that really accurate enough to use as a weapon? You could wipe out a neighboring ethnic group by accident if their pronunciation is too close.
what you say is true. In that sense, they are imperfect.
All right, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Mission complete. Great work. Boss, we got Code Talker's research materials back in one piece. The medical team has them under lock and key in the quarantine facility. The materials should help their research into the vocal cord parasites. Cypher won't be getting their hands on them now.
The hamburgers of Kazuhiro Miller. What? Oh, that's right, baby. Alright, guess we got time for one more mission.
Side ops list
About
updated.
that AI pod you retrieved from Emmerich's research facility. Guess what we found inside? A corpse. Human. The pod maintained a low internal temperature the whole time, and very little outside air got in. That would have slowed down decomposition. Still, the remains were mostly skeletal. Estimated time of death is between 6 months and a year ago. We put the screws to Huey about it. Listen to the tape. Turns out it was the body of someone we knew very well.
Okay, let's listen.
Fine. Yes, Strangelove was doing AI research.
Oh,
in
so
that
you
lab.
lied, Huey,
Why hide
again.
that until now? Why? Okay, so what? I wasn't working alone. You've got to understand. You do understand, right?
No, I don't.
I didn't want to drag her into this. It's my load to bear, alone.
So you didn't create the AI intended to drive Sahelanthropus.
Oh,
It was
what's
Strangelove.
that? Yoshi was better. than me.
Skullface was never in favor of AI control. So naturally they argued. Strangelove, she got him angry and he killed her.
How? You didn't see it? So you found her inside that pod after the fact. And you just left her body to rot in there. Or perhaps you put her in there afterward.
I asked him not to take her away from me.
So she was killed by Skullface, but you asked nicely, and he put her body in the
Oh,
AI
man,
pod
Huey,
for
for
you.
someone who lies so much, you're
That's
really
right.
bad at it.
Pathetic. You know, we have another idea. That you killed her.
What, me? I couldn't kill her.
You killed her and locked her body in the pod.
I wouldn't. Don't treat me like one of you. I can't just kill anyone whenever I feel like it. I'm a normal human being.
Big lies, big lies.
So you just shut her inside and waited for her to die.
I would never do that.
What, you mean she killed herself?
Yes. She climbed inside that pod and shut the door. It can't be
Okay,
opened
so
from
first
the
Skullface
outside.
killed her, and
It
then
was
she killed
suicide.
herself. This is... Come on.
Suicide, I said. She killed herself. She got in when I wasn't looking and suffocated. She'd often try to do things like that. By the time I realized and opened the door, she wasn't breathing. I got scared and shut the pod
I thought
again.
it couldn't be opened from
I
the
couldn't
outside.
bring
Come
myself to
on,
open
man.
it
You
back up.
gotta...
That's right. Me? Kill her? What is wrong with you?
I see. Just tell me one more thing.
Haven't you gotten enough today?
Okay, I see it's a painful memory. You don't have to answer, just listen to the question. You see, we examined her remains. She had a scar on her lower abdomen, a surgical scar. It had been stitched up and had fully healed, meaning it was long before her death. She had a child, didn't she? Your child. Where's the kid?
How should I know?
So there is a child.
I've never seen his face.
What do you take us for?
They took it all. Even my child. I didn't even
This
know he'd
is,
been born.
not
I
very convincing,
lost
man.
everything.
How old would he be?
It's 4 years since then.
And you know it's a boy.
Strangelove said so.
And his name?
We called him Hal.
Oh, yeah, no, we learned about
No,
that
I
from,
never saw
the end of
his
Peace Walker.
face.
Man. You're really bad at this acting. Don't go to Hollywood anytime soon. Alright.
Please select a mission.
Oh, game over by enemy detection. Should I? You know what? Let's go back to base, see if there's any,
Please
see if
select
there's
a
any
landing zone.
cutscenes. If not, I'll just end it here.
Heading to Mother Base.
Oh? Is it the mist? Oh, so he has it too. Alright, so he is the parasite that Quiet has.
Hey. Eyes on Kazuhira. A message from the parasites.
Well, that's something. Alright, guess we'll call it for today. Alright.